God is doing work on you, and you have to trust it. Because when God is doing work on you, you can't control it. And that's why he'll swoop in. Like, God will swoop in. Your angels, your benevolent ancestors, your spirit guides, the people who are here to protect you in the physical world and also in the unseen world, they will swoop in when you're going through some kind of disaster, when you lose your job or your relationship ends, or you go through some kind of scary situation that feels like it's really hard to get out of. That's where God swoops in, because our ego minds, they'll try to do everything they can to protect themselves. And God wants you to know that you're already safe. God wants you to know that you're already safe. And the work that you're here to do in the world with other people, the way that you're here to share your voice, to share your heart, to share your art, to share your message with people, to share your story, God needs you out of your ego for you to do that. God needs you vulnerable to do that. And that's where the ego kicks in, and that's where we resist. We resist that experience because we want everything in our power to not be vulnerable. We want to do everything we can to avoid vulnerability and avoid looking in the mirror and avoid looking at the parts of us that are afraid, right? That are hiding, right? That have been wounded in the past to cause that hiding, right? This is a literal physiological experience of healing trauma, right? On some level, but then it also goes deeper on these subconscious beliefs that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, right? That the world is out to get you, right? That you're not supported unconditionally, that you're not loved unconditionally. But you're here to share the opposite. You're here to share your story and your message of overcoming that. And the ways that you don't feel that you yet are the places where God is coming in to remind you that you are enough and that you are whole and that you are good enough and you've always been good enough. And it takes really being vulnerable and radically transparent and honest with yourself, and not everyone will do it. Not everyone will meet you there, and that's why you have to let a lot of people go when you're on the path of living your soul, because you know that judging other people gets you nowhere, and you know that judging yourself gets you nowhere, and you know that you're not a victim, right? And God doesn't want you in a victim or putting your authority outside of yourself, but God as your true self with a capital T, the unconditional love that you are, that is the God source spirit creator inside of you, inside of your own heart. That is where you're meant to live from, that limitless, expansive place beyond limitations, beyond constrictions, beyond confines, beyond who you even think that you are. And that's why God will swoop in these times that feel like a tragedy or that feel like you don't know how you're going to move forward, because God wants you to know that you already are enough and that you have enough. And all the ways that you don't feel like you're enough are just places that you're here to heal and take care of and reclaim inside of yourself, reclaim as worthy of unconditional love. So I just had this brief word tonight because I really feel like a lot of people are going through an experience right now, and I'm getting very clearly, this message that a lot of people are, experiencing some kind of loss and grief and circumstances changing very suddenly. That's the energy that March is giving right now. It's like circumstances are changing very suddenly, and this is where God gets in. This is where the limitless reality gets in. And that's why when God is doing this work on you in these difficult places, you have to just surrender and allow. That doesn't mean don't take action, right? That doesn't mean don't get into community and get support. But these are all ways that God is trying to wake you up to your authentic expression, and the ways that you are here to reclaim an experience of being safe and at home within yourself, this unconditional love within yourself, right? That's so much bigger than you. So hang in there, take care of yourself, drink lots of water, and know that you are not alone. And the work that God is doing on you right now is for a perfect reason. It's for a divine purpose. It's divinely orchestrated. So when you feel out of control or like you don't know what to do, you can trust that you are supported by benevolent angels, ancestors, and spirit guides in both the seen and the unseen realm. And if you just relax and surrender into the experience that you're in, rather than trying to fix or force or control your way out of it, you'll allow the vulnerability that God is trying to break you into, break your heart open into, for you to recognize that you are safe inside of yourself and that it's safe to be who you are in the world. And from there you can create. Love you.